What is up, everyone? HT19 back with another video today. And I know, we're a bit late to the party. And I was going to release something earlier, but I'm glad we waited a bit because it gave me the opportunity to listen to other people, watch other people's videos first. And really, that just gave me time to gather some more information and really round off how I feel, my opinion on the subject at hand, and really come up with a couple of conclusions as to why I feel Konami is doing this. Before we get into that, I just want to quickly come over here and tell you guys to follow the IG page. Really appreciate it if you do. H19 Yu-Gi-Oh! We post basically the events we go to, as well as some behind the scenes that you might see in the stories here and there. So I appreciate if you guys give a follow over there. Also, one thing that Konami is not going to be affecting is our RBTs. Specifically, I'd like to tell you guys to sign up for this one right here, RBT Chicago. Link of that in the description. Huge shout out to our co-host Metaphos Sackphase. Of course, you got myself right there, and huge shout out to E3 Yu-Gi-Oh. Man, this guy, I feel he's been working hard last couple of days to try to throw something for indie, even if Konami won't for us. So I'm pretty sure he's in the middle of working things out, and yeah, just be on the lookout on an announcement for that. And I would also like to remind you guys to just throw a quick like on the video, throw some comments. If you guys still have it in you, I know it's been crazy couple of days over here, and I've seen you guys pretty much all over YouTube, in Discord, and everything. And I'm sure uh, we still got opinions out there. So let's just get to it, right? So, what did I really think about this when it first dropped? Me, I try to be a more neutral person until I get more information, until I get full details, and that way I could full develop a better opinion. Obviously, I have my biases and have my predetermined opinions, but I do give room for those to kind of mold and shape to something more with more substance, right? So at first, like I said, I was a bit more neutral. I was open minded, but I was hearing a lot of people, kind of give negative opinions on it. And to be honest, the one thing that really didn't sit well with me uh, was the biggest thing was the fact that we don't even know if there's going to be an ultimate time wizard. And as of right now, it actually looks like there might not even be an ultimate time wizard, because if you look over here in the public events information, I'm going to try to find ultimate time wizard, and oh look, it's right there, right? But this is the only place it's listed under this what are point values for public events, the only place in the whole document for this event that it's listed. But if we go back to the schedule, um, over here, yeah, right here, this is where the schedule is. I mean, it wasn't anywhere else in the document, but maybe we just try to search Time Wizard, right? Uh, Here we go. So public events, this is Friday. They have Time Wizard, 8 people. So that's kind of regular. Saturday is when we would expect the ultimate Time Wizard to be, but there's nothing there. It's just more 8-man flights. And then Sunday, same thing, 8-man flights, but they do have an Attack of the Giant card. But if we go all the way down, we come to find out over here that it's not even going to be Edison format. It's going to be hat format, which is not the most popular of retro formats. Me personally, so the reason why I've been neutral for the most part is because I don't necessarily view myself as an Edison player first. I'm a Yu-Gi-Oh player first. So to me, it doesn't matter as much what format it is, and even the fact that they're changing how we play the game. I mean, Sure, I just make a couple edits to my deck. I can't play Goyo anymore. Oh well, I guess I'll play something else in its place. I can't play Brain Control. I guess I'll throw Mind Control in there or something, right? So to me, it didn't make too much a difference. But I heard a lot of people just not say the best thing about the changes. So I mean, I guess before we move away from this, like the fact that this hat, like I would have been open to play in this. Uh, I remember playing in hat formats and really enjoying the format at that time, and even recently when it was, getting a bit of, um, I guess, focus because we don't know uh, what formats we were gonna play. Like hat was one of the ones that was in a lot of people's mind. Picked up a hat deck or played a bit online, and I mean, it's still a pretty decent format. So I would have been open to playing to this event too. But a lot of people have been saying kind of some bad things about uh, these changes over here. So they're updating the game mechanics to current game mechanics, and also we're going to be using the most recent erratas of the cards. So that's what they were changing, and a lot of people didn't like that. A lot of people didn't like the change. However, I started listening to some people, and I noticed, some other people might have been open to the change too. I know James Ark released a video, and he kind of expressed the fact that this might benefit some more skilled players, or have room to show different skill sets of players. Like for example, like in Edison format, we don't really have too much room to deck build that often, and that is one of the things that I personally have always enjoyed about the game is coming up with a build uh, that it's kind of like a puzzle. You're always trying to solve a deck, change cards in it to combat the meta. And in Edison, we don't really have that too much as just trying to guess to like which cycle of the format we're in right now and try to just play that. But for the most part, it feels kind of stale. And again, that's something that James Ark mentioned, and I think Fancy Diesel over here. Shout out to him. I think he's a newer channel, so I just want to give him a quick shout out. And he also won one of our TGS monthlies not too long ago. So go give him uh, a follow over there. He was kind of saying some similar things too, and one thing that he mentioned is this might be a great opportunity for someone to top or win because it might not have as much of an attendance over there. So that was just kind of I thought that was a bit funny that he mentioned that, but his video was pretty good. He kind of goes over a couple of things, uh, gives you like a positive and negative view of it, and I mean, overall for the most part, I noticed like people are just haven't been too happy. Nim Nim was a video that I watched as well, and he really goes over like pretty much all the cards and everything that is changing. So if you're curious on exactly what these changes make, watch Nim Nim's video. Calvin, really cool dude. I think I've actually played him. In fact, I know I played him because at Vegas, I actually played Go format. Again, I'm not an Edison player. I'm a Yu-Gi-Oh player. I'm open to play any format. Uh, but yeah, I mean, I know Colin, really cool guy. And one thing that I heard him mention, I'm sure other people have mentioned it, and this is one thing that was always on my mind as well, is the survey. It is so important for us to fill out the survey from the events and really let Konami know how we feel and what we think. So, I mean, I'm still probably going to try to show up to the NAWCQ to at least scan that QR code. Maybe check out the vendors and stuff because, like, I mean, vendors are cool to pick up some cards or whatever, or sell some stuff. I don't know. To the vendors, of course. Uh, and yeah, so go to the venue, scan the QR code, and fill out the survey to make sure Konami knows how do we feel, right? It is so important that we do that, and I would encourage everyone to do the same. And lastly, I kind of want to talk about this right here. Sunny's video has really made me think about how the format would change if people were to play it. And this video actually convinced me that the changes would actually be good for the format. However, That doesn't matter at all, because even though they might be factually and actually good for the format, what actually matters is how the people feel. And the people do not like this. And the reason why that is the most important thing is because without the people and the players, we don't have somewhere to play. Konami does not have a tournament to run. I mean, they might still get maybe low hundreds or 50 to 100 players if they decide to continue running these Ultimate Time Wizards like this. But from what I'm hearing and from what I'm seeing on in the comment sections, in the discords, these changes are just not popular. So I mean, look at the title of these videos. Retro Yu-Gi-Oh is dead. Is Retro Yu-Gi-Oh dead? Uh, let's see. Konami destroys popular Yu-Gi-Oh format. I mean, and the fact that it's getting the attention of even like bigger YouTube channels like House of Champs and Nim Nim, right? It's like it's just kind of it's right in front of us. This is not a good thing. Also, just a quick note on this right here on this market watch, you see Edison cards were going up. Basically, what House of Champs was thinking is might be just like people trying to take advantage of the situation. So who knows if these prices are actually gonna stay high or if they're gonna come back down, or if it's just people trying to you know, make a quick buck here and there. Uh, but after all this, what does that really mean? Like, why is Konami even doing this? And why has this kind of, even though I've come to the conclusion that it might have been a good way to change the format, why did I come up with the ultimate conclusion that this is not good? And this, the first reason was I mentioned it just now. The community is not in agreement, and because the overall community, that subject in itself, the community doesn't like it, that's a bad thing. And Konami is directly making that happen. So that's one bad thing that I don't like that Konami's doing. The fact that they are negatively impacting the community right there. The other thing would be, I mean, there have been a lot of things adding up, right? Between, like, let's just say the prize support. Prize support has not been that great. Obviously, I mean, top eight only gets a mat. You could make an argument that these events could be extended even to top 16 as well. Uh, Even the top three prizes. A lot of these are starting to be like reprints of previous prizes. Like, what are we under third or fourth Black Rose at this point? The way they're releasing these prizes is really devaluating a lot of these, like the prizes themselves. So that's another thing that I haven't really been liking about it. Uh, but the main thing, for me was obviously the fact that they might not even have an Ultimate Time Wizard. There's not one on the schedule, and that is the main thing for me. That is why I am personally viewing this in a really really bad way. This is why I am not a fan of this, just because along with this change is like, I mean, where's the event to play this in aside from the 8-man pods? Uh, but the other reason is what I believe to be the main reason why Konami is even doing this, and that is because Konami is a business, and what do businesses care about? Making money, right? And I mean, I get it. When you're a business, you have to make money, and you have to look for opportunities to do that. So in that way, I guess I can't really fault Konami too much for making these moves, because I mean, money's the name of the game, right? Uh, but I mean, what are some of the signs that are reasons why they would even try to you know cut this cost or whatever? Well, there's a couple of things. First, us the retro players, we don't really buy new products, so of course Konami wouldn't really care too much for us since we're not really their customers. I mean, aside from entering tournaments, I don't think I've really bought in official Konami product in the last year or so. So yeah, we're not buying too much product, and I mean, they can only reprint so many sets until we have all the cards again, right? It's like, I mean, between the release date to the time we play Edison, like there's only the card pool is only so big, so like, they could only reprint so many cards. The other thing is one thing that I noticed was actually I kind of put in a video, but the first time I noticed it was over here. This even right here. The title of this is Tournament Delayed. Why was that? So if we come over here, let's go right here. So one thing I noticed, I get to this event, and right here I'm kind of talking with some people outside the venue, and they said the event is delayed. I go in, I look to the left, to the right. I noticed that the room is so much smaller as compared to the YCS from the previous year. And I've been going to pretty much every YCS for the past year and a half, 2 years. And like I said, that's the main thing that I noticed as soon as I basically get to YCS Orlando. The size of the room was just smaller, which means they're trying to cut cost, save money. So they booked pretty much just enough room for the main event. They didn't have enough room for the side events, and I mean that would have costed more money. So I mean, money's the name of the game, right? So this kind of feels like they're just trying to get rid of us. And I mean, that's not maybe not just even like us, the retro players, but maybe down the line. I mean, nothing can really last forever except for maybe Pokemon. I mean, Pokemon's freaking huge, right? And that's another problem in itself. I mean, Pokemon community, like even me as a Yu-Gi-Oh player, still with all this negative stuff going on, like I'm glad I'm not in the Pokemon community because man, I don't know if you guys have been noticing, but the way their releases have been going at their GameStops, at freaking Best Buys, and freaking fights and people cutting in line, and oh man, it's just crazy out there. But aside from that, it's like I'm still glad to be playing just this for right now, and my time is limited too. I'm not going to be playing this forever, and who knows, maybe my time to put the cards away might be coming soon. Who knows? I'm still glad we still have cards to play with, and for the most part, we still have a community, right? Uh, but Konami notices that they have to start cutting costs somewhere, and maybe we are it. And eventually, this might go down to even the advanced format players, and this might be a way for them to start gravitating for just exclusive online play, right? I mean, I know I've heard that idea thrown out in the past before. I've heard House of Champs say that before. I don't know who else I've heard that say that before. I'm sure Fraser has said it in the past. I don't know. I mean, he runs a whole podcast. He runs a lot of subjects over there, so I'm sure it's been mentioned at some point. But yeah, maybe there's a way for them to try to just shift how they conduct business and try to make a profit. And like I said, I understand that a company and a business has to make money. And it's just unfortunate that we are kind of the first ones paying the cost for them trying to cut costs. And even though they are not directly just saying we're not going to host any more Ultimate Time Wizard events, it's a change where they know, or they might have a feeling where, you know, if we change this, it will be easier for us to manage, but then also there might not be as many players going out to this, or who knows, maybe they don't even know that, but that's just kind of what it feels, right? It's like we all know that these changes aren't popular, and it's going to result in a smaller attendance, because I mean, I don't even know how many more YCSs I would be willing to go to play in this format, not because I think the format is bad, but just because like I don't think many people are going to really value that kind of win. I mean, it's kind of like, winning a local or something at that point. But yeah, I mean, all this is giving me like overall, like if I were to rate this change from a 1 through a 10, 1 being absolutely terrible mistake, and 10 being a like this is amazing. I would say, and this from the player's perspective as well. For us as a players, I think we would give this probably a 2 or 3. Like like I said, like after listening to Sonny's arguments, like I could see how the actual changes themselves might not be the worst idea, but the fact that it doesn't hold a community together makes it bad. So therefore, there's just that's just like one of the bad things, and all the other bad things is just making me turn from, like, I guess, viewing Konami in a neutral, like I'm a neutral Konami supporter, to now I don't really like Konami, and like I said, I don't know how many more YCSs or events I would personally go to myself. But let me know in the comments if this is something you have heard, and if you guys agree with this as well. What am I missing? Because like I'm sure I'm still missing uh, like more information, and obviously information will be developing as well. Uh, is there a chance that they could change this back? I don't know, but again, the most important thing to do is to make sure Konami knows how we feel. So fill out the surveys. So yeah, I mean, I guess this comes to the conclusion that I will still be going to Nats, just because I still have 2 reasons. I still have a travel plans there. So I already have a hotel booked. I've already had it for the past couple weeks. But also it's just super close to me. Like Indianapolis is a 3-hour drive, and yeah, I mean, for me, there's still no reason to not go, and more so now that Keegan is trying to throw an RBT. So you definitely want to be there for that if he could close that out, and try to plan that. So I hope to see a whole bunch of you guys there still. I Again, I hope you guys express your opinion about this. Throw comments down. Like I said, I know you guys been out there in the comment section of all the other YouTube videos in the discourse talking about this and everything. But I mean, I still want to directly hear what people are thinking. So yeah, throw some comments. Don't forget, like, subscribe. I appreciate everyone for watching this, even though it's been a stressful and emotional last couple of days for us as players. I mean, not necessarily like I said, adding a whole bunch of stress to our lives or anything, because it's really, for me, it's really not. Like I said, it's just as a player base, I could tell like people are just feeling like really tense, and we just gotta, again, voice our opinion. So make sure we do that. And again, thanks everyone for watching. We will catch y'all this weekend. Yeah, we will be at TGS this weekend, so I'll catch y'all there. Peace.